Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aries Only, where I channel messages for Aries only. Today we are doing moon reading. We're checking in on the energies of this full moon in Capricorn that we have on the 21st of June. So let's go ahead and get a few of these cards. I would also like to note that there are two full moon in Capricorns. The second is on July 21st. And I find that very interesting. I feel like the fact that there's two full moons in Capricorn. Capricorn to me, well, Capricorn in and of itself, excuse me, is a cardinal earth sign. So to me, that represents something that cardinal is the energy of starting something new, making a move, taking action towards something. But in an earth sign, it is something that it's methodically planned out. It's something that you want to happen, that you've taken steps for it to happen. Maybe you've been preparing for it, planning for it, like we were saying, and now you're taking like this first step, you're taking this first action towards it. You're really like setting down roots with something, you know, you're trying to like build from the foundation up kind of a thing. So it's something, if it's a full moon energy, which is an energy of release, to me, it means that we need to like kind of let go of the dead weight. We're releasing dead weight to prepare for almost like an ascension. Like, I guess a spiritual ascension it could be, but with the earth sign, I feel like it's more of like an ascension in life. I'm thinking how Capricorn is represented by the goat and how goats can like, can't they like climb a mountain or whatever? I'm thinking about it like that. Like we have to like lighten our load before we begin our ascent up the mountain. It's better to travel lightly, you know? So I don't know, like welcome. If there's anything being, oh my god. Okay. If there's anything, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna use my sweatshirt to just like mop that up really quick. If there's anything like coming out or like getting triggered or coming up, just like flow with it. Like let it come up, like deal with what's in front of you, like with whatever is being presented, and whatever issues are arising, like try to like look a little bit deeper. What is this trying to tell me? Like what is this related to? What area of my life? Kind of a thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start getting the cards now. Oh, but I was also going to say really quick is that the fact that it's twofold is making me think that there might be either like a lot of things that we need to release, or that like there might be some initial things that we are thinking of, we release, we're preparing, we take the step, and then maybe some insecurities get triggered like the second time. But it's like this start seems to me like very permanent, where there's like two full moons relating to it, where we really want to make sure like we're ready. The universe is making sure like we're ready to really sink into this new era of our life. I feel like this is something solid. I'm thinking of the card in Moonology, the end of a tough cycle approaches, where it's like maybe some of the things that we need to work on for the next month are our old beliefs. Like how can we like be in this energy but want to like be in this energy, like a better, like more high, more healthy, you know, more positive energy. And have more positive things happening in our life if we're stuck in the same negative energy. I think spirit really wants us to like enjoy the fruits of our labor and our hard work. So yeah, I feel like this twofold moon, the two full moons, is because it might be like a twofold release. So just be ready for that. And yeah, the new moon's going to be in Cancer, like the next one. So this could also, like, a lot of issues could be coming up relating to your family and things like that, but we'll see what the cards say. So all right, what are the three main energies coming through? I don't think we're going to use this today. With this full moon in Capricorn. Yeah, Capricorn. What are... Pluto, transform. Okay. What else? What are the three... What's another energy coming through the strongest for Aries? Chiron, hurt and heal. Yeah, I think we will be getting triggered. What else? Conjunction, a union, merging and coming together. Yes. Okay. We have this water energy as well. spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. So we have the whole water element here. I think this is going to be a bit emotional. There is going to be some triggering for sure. But yeah, it's almost like, do you see how on this card, it's almost like this is where we're at, this is where we want to go, kind of like how I was just saying that, but it's like this last little bit of darkness needs to be not even like necessarily like taken away, but acknowledged and integrated. And I feel like this conjunction is talking about, you know, recognizing that, you know, in the past, maybe we were a certain way or we had certain things happen to us, but that doesn't necessarily foretell our future, making our peace with, you know, what people have done to us, any part that we have played, and then moving forward. Healing and hurting. I feel like this could have to do with your relationships, with the conjunction as well. A union merging and coming together. This could be romantic. This could be preparing you for a romantic relationship. But I also get the sense that there's going to be a heavy emphasis on family relationships. Almost like the things that you could be getting triggered about could have to do with your family. And also, like, I'm getting a sense of healing, but not like the kind where you just kind of like sit around and think about the things that have been done to you, and or like reflect. I'm not talking about reflection or like meditating on things. I'm talking more like, I feel like issues are going to come out that are going to force you to like deal with people. I feel like this is a strong month for communications and things like that. We're just coming out of Gemini season, but I think a lot of planets are in like the third house, or like, especially when we're Aries. I'm pretty sure that's the way astrology works. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of our planets are in like the third house, or Mercury or whatever, like Mercury's in the third house and things like that. So, what was I going to say? Yeah. Like there's like an emphasis on like communicating and learning. Like I feel like this month, or with this full moon. And, I feel like we're going to be doing that through our relationships. We're going to be hurting, but then we're going to be healing things. We're going to be getting triggered with Pluto. That's like the deep down things. Like, so things are going to come up that are going to maybe trigger us, maybe make us get defensive. But it's so we can like let things go and heal. This is like death energy, but it's so we can have we can better come together with people and have like a more harmonious aspects and better relationships with people. I feel this very strongly. Let me just grab a couple of these to see what other energies are coming through here with this full moon in Capricorn. Okay. Oh, that's two. I really just wanted one. But we got key reveal and mountain goals. Okay. What is, thank you. Just like one at a time. Okay, mountain goals. Okay. And one more. Okay. Lizard renewal. Okay. Very interesting. Crown accomplishment at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there could have been a lot of emphasis recently, maybe on money and career and things like that. Even Pluto can talk about things like that. And it's almost like, I'm thinking about a lizard who's like cold-blooded, you know? It's a cold-blooded animal. And I feel like the lizard is like turned this way towards the conjunction because they're tired of being that way. Like this could be representative of you. Like, okay, maybe you've had walls, maybe you've had pain, and maybe you've unintentionally sabotaged relationships, or maybe you just couldn't align with them, or whatever was going on here, or you had them and they were toxic and there was a lot of fighting, and maybe you just decided to kind of like not focus on that and focus on your career. But it's getting to a point now where like this is starting to seem important to you as well, where you're like, you know, like this might seem like a harder mountain to climb than maybe your financial goals, for example, because like with money is money, but like with, it's not personal, but like with your family or with your relationships or with your boyfriend or with your husband or your wife, it's personal. It's things you've said. It's the way you feel about me. Like money can't feel the type of way about you, you know? It's not going to be like judging you. Like, but I'm almost getting a sense here where like, it's like, oof, I'd rather like, you know, be broke and have to build myself up again. It's like a little bit easier than having to like face the pain of the effect that people have had on me and things like that. So I don't know. I feel like there could be a lot of like questions of your value, and especially as it relates to money. So like, for instance, how I was just saying, like, you may have recently like overcome some like financial hurdle I'm getting, some career hurdle, some personal empowerment or something like that. I feel like mostly to do with your money though, and your values, and you might have like a newfound sense of like value about yourself, but it might get tested as a vibe that I'm getting. And it might get tested, and it might get tested in a way where it's like somebody like asks you a question related to like, you're like, oh, like seems, oh wow, you bought like that and that, where it almost seems like they're judging your decisions when it comes to your finances, but you're still like a little like defensive maybe. So you'd be like, it's just a simple question, but you're just like, hey, blah blah blah, like what I do with my money is my business, kind of like lashing out. So like, be aware. It might not just be like you crying. It could be something like that too, where you're like arguing with people. Let me just take a sip of the seltzer. So just be aware of that. There could be like sort of little arguments like that, getting defensive about your money or the way you like handle your business as an adult or something like that. I'm getting, because you could be trying to maybe like be more responsible, something that I'm getting. So you might have like slipped up, and then someone kind of says something about it, and it just like rubs you the wrong way, and you're just like, all right, like, you know, I got it, thank you though, like, you know. But then you realize kind of like, all right, I don't got it, like I really was kind of like, because I feel like right now is a time for like impulse buying. So just be aware of that. I feel like with this energy that I'm getting, it could be like something like that, where you like impulse buy and someone comments on it, and then you like lash out, and you're like, well, maybe I really shouldn't have bought that, or, you know, maybe they have a point, like whatever, maybe I was feeling guilty about it and that's why I got so upset, kind of a thing. All right, so what are we letting go of with this full moon here? Hold your vision, fixed moon. And what are we, I love this, what do we need to be seen right now? Don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. Okay. And what is getting ready to emerge? Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Beautiful. So, and then we have step out of your comfort zone with the North Node. Again, like I was saying, here's a little goat. I love it. We have a lot of fixed energy here with these two. We have the fixed energy itself, fixed moon, and then full moon in Leo, which is fixed fire. So again, this fixed fire energy, which is what needs to be seen, coming out underneath this hurt and heal with the Chiron energy. I'm getting that there is going to be tension here. There is going to be a tendency maybe to get in more like heated arguments than it is like about like feeling sensitive and being upset in that way with the Leo and the pride. Your pride could get ruffled. This could be something where, you know, the people that are like making these comments maybe are people that kind of created a lot of your insecurities in the first place. Could be parents or siblings, something like that, where it's, oh, like, what are you always gonna be like a layabout? Like, oh, what are you just gonna like, you're just so lazy, like you never do anything, you never follow through on anything, like things like that you've heard maybe growing up and then like almost like believed were true, and then now you've like done the work to sort of undo a lot of those old conditioning that you've been conditioned by, I think, people, maybe even bosses or things like that. I feel like you've been conditioned to think that you're lazy and not a hard worker, not responsible and things like that. Whereas maybe other people in your life, like such as your coworkers or your friends or people like that, might be like, oh, actually, I thought you always had a great work ethic, or oh, I always saw you as such a hard worker or a team player or whatever it is. So it's almost like these two, I feel like, are together where what do we need to let go of? Like this old vision that either you've had of yourself or that other people have had of you, or both, kind of, you know, like letting go of, just allowing yourself to transform, like just like being like, I don't have to, like, this doesn't have to be my identity anymore if I don't want it to be. Like I can kind of be like, all right, you know what? like with this skull and the butterfly, it's like you're kind of like half and half. Like you're not like completely like letting it go, but you're not completely changing either. It's kind of like you're stuck in limbo. So I think Spirit's like, give yourself permission to be like, you know what, this is a new me. That doesn't apply anymore. Like I am not lazy. Like I'm human. How about that? Like I'm human. Yeah, sometimes I need to rest. Sometimes I like, you know, I need to buy something cool. Like sometimes I need to like whatever, but as long as I don't make a habit out of it, you know, it's okay. Just like, or be able to like check yourself also though. Be like, all right, like listen, I have to be able to like take valid criticism, you know, maybe it's a little bit from coming from this person, like it just gets, you know, rubs me the wrong way, almost like grinds my gears. Isn't that from, it's from something, I don't know, I don't want to say it if I'm wrong, but anyway, if it resonates. But yeah, I feel like there could be like it could really be getting on your nerves, like what people are saying, and irritating you. I'm getting like irritability, not really like screaming fights, but more like irritability. So just be aware of that. I see like a lion, I see a goat, kind of stubborn, fixed moon. There's a sense of being stubborn, obstinate, not backing down. Again, like maybe feeling like with the cold-blooded thing, I'm thinking of maybe like, especially dealing with your family, a vibe of like, I don't care what they like, almost like saying like you don't care, maybe like avoiding some like one of your parents or something like that, or like keeping like, I don't want to even like see this person, using a tactic like that, like, or like giving the silent treatment or something like that, where it's like, I'm not gonna like let someone talk to me like that. But I think Spirit's saying like it's about like what needs to be seen. I think what needs to be seen here is that you have been working hard. Your hard work is paying off, like this card says. You are making headway with your goals here. We have this Capricorn energy here. So I feel like you have the positive aspects of this Capricorn energy here. As far as like the working hard and the work ethic and things like that. So I think first of all, your spirit guides just want to say like, we know you be working hard over here. Come on. And you know it too. So maybe you made a mistake or something, that's fine, but it doesn't like change your entire identity. I think that's like a vibe. I think that's something that that's the vibe here. That's what your spirit guides are trying to say to you. Like a mistake doesn't shape your whole identity or like change it back, or doesn't like make you an imposter for trying to tell yourself you're responsible. Like you could be responsible and also careless, like sometimes, you know, it's like in different ways or maybe in the same way. You just like, you know, have to catch yourself. And it's also like a cycle. I see a lot of like mountain imagery, I'm just noticing that. Yeah, but it's also like not even like a cycle, but it's like waves almost, where it's like, you know, you're doing good and then it's like you go down a little bit, but like, and then you make an even bigger mistake and then you're like, okay, I can't have that happen again, because like the fallout, like the fall was so much worse. So then it's just a littler one next time. Maybe it's like smooth for a while. Like it's gonna fluctuate. Even though I know this is mountains, it kind of looks like waves to me, and it looks like fluid. It's almost, but there's always going to be like an obstacle. It's never going to be like a thing where it's like, oh, my life is perfect now. It's just going to be that you're more flexible and able to deal with things, or strong, things like that. So what needs to be seen, right? That you have made real change. Your hard work is paying off. You have plenty of new opportunities again, but there might still be some like letting go to do. The fact that this goat is like facing this way, not like towards the future but towards the past, where it's like, no, like it might seem like you're not getting anywhere, but you are, like you're making progress. Like it's almost like you have to go back to go forward, kind of a thing. So I think Spirit's like, if it feels like you're going back, like you're not, this is like all part of the plan. What emotions or like will you be feeling? What like behaviors or what like will most come in use, like come in handy for you this with this new full moon? Oh my god, stylish. Okay, so make sure you're dressed good. Or maybe there could be, wait, let me put this up here and put this more like down. We have stylish. Let me just get them all before I start yakking. Hold on. Immature. Okay. Okay. And let me just talk about this real quick as like its own little blurb. I feel like you could have, okay, this is almost like where like the outside has transformed, but like the inside still needs to kind of catch up a little bit. So for instance, if you say finally moved out of your parents' house or something, and you got like this sweet new condo and it's like really nice, and like you had someone decorate, like it's like perfect looking, like you feel like, yeah, like I've made it. Like, you know, you spend a fortune though on like new furniture and things like that or something like that, and maybe your parents were like, hey, like you might want to watch it. It's like almost like you feel like because of the outside, like the inside has changed too, but you might almost see like a side of yourself that you're kind of like a little bit ashamed of, where you're like, this more mature side does come out, and it's like you kind of like almost fooled yourself like into thinking that you were more, you had grown more than you had. That's like what you're gonna like tell yourself anyway, you know, because it's like you have grown and your hard work is paying off, but it's almost like gonna bring out like an uglier side of you, like a side that you're like uglier to you, you know, where you're just gonna be like, ugh, I wish I didn't act that way. You're gonna like kind of regret it. So or this might have already happened and you might be dealing with the fallout now. So just like be aware of that, and just like, please, it's okay. Like maybe, you know, they're like, oh, but now you just like got this new condo, you have this new mortgage payment, now you just ran up all your credit cards, like, and you're like, oh, but I'm making so much money, like blah blah blah. And they're like, okay, but if you keep spending like that, like you're not gonna like have any more, like, you know, like they're just trying to give good advice, but at the same time it's like you could feel like it's a little rich coming from you after all the stuff, like, you know, you've put me through or you've said to me, or I mean, it could be anything, like any issue that you have with them. But what else with this lizard energy? Or it doesn't really, what, closed off? Yeah. Wow. Okay. I feel like, right, you could kind of close yourself off, humble. And yeah, Spirit's like, come on, humble yourself. Like, don't let pride get in the way here. Like, everyone's an asshole sometimes, like, including us. Maybe it's not you this time, but, you know, maybe you were last time, and maybe like if this is your parents, I'm just going to use that example. Maybe your parents didn't forgive you. Maybe they're not that type. They can't humble themselves. Like you can like lead by example and just, all right, you know, like not for any reason, not because like they're right or, you know, you're admitting that you're wrong or anything, but just because like that's not who you are. You're not cold-blooded. And I feel like Spirit's like, you know, humble that pride, and, you know, it's time to like, I don't know, like I feel like really like come together with people and look at the more emotional side of things, you know, with the water element being here. Spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. It's hard to have compassion for people that don't have compassion for you, but, you know, someone's got to be the bigger person sometimes. And, you know, I feel like this, especially in this generation, this younger generation, not that you necessarily have to be younger, but I just feel like a lot of readings I see are about breaking ancestral patterns and things like that. So I feel like there's a lot of people like on this earth now, like meant to break those patterns. And it's not easy work, guys. It's just really not. So, okay, let's see what kind of things might happen. No, I feel like we kind of already have figured that out. Let's see what's going to be the most challenging aspect of this moon for Aries. That's too many. What's going to be the most challenging aspect? Ugh. Tap me into Aries. What's going to be the most challenging aspect of this full moon in Capricorn for Aries? We have the Ten of Wands. Okay. Going to be the most challenging? The Tower. Okay. And what's going to be, and the Six of Wands. Yeah, that pride again, like wanting to win at any cost, like having to sacrifice your pride. And what is going to be the most harmonious aspect? I kind of like to get one at a time. One at a time. Okay, the Ace of Swords. Again, that wanted to come out. Oh, this keeps wanting to come out too. That came out before, but obviously that's way too many. All right, what's the most harmonious aspect? Hey, for Aries. What is the most harmonious aspect? Okay. Of this full moon in Capricorn, Spirit. The Empress. Ooh. All right. Strength card at the bottom of the deck. So overall, like, that is the vibe, like having to hold back that Leo energy, that angry, like that lion energy, like, and kind of like chill. So, okay, let's talk about this. This is like, let's just talk about this quick, actually, because I feel like this is just reiterating what we've already spoken about. This looks like something new, so I'm excited. Or something like a little bit different than what we've been talking about. But the Ten of Wands, what's the most challenging aspect? I think you're going to be feeling the weight again, but that's what this moon is about. It's about letting go of the dead weight. So it's like you're really going to be feeling the weight, but I think only to bring it to your attention. I don't think you're going to even realize that you like are holding it, like especially if you just went through like a really good period where like you acquired some new clothes. Even, it doesn't have to be like a house, but just like, say that was one example, but a new car, a new this, a new that. You just have money in the bank, whatever it is you've been saving, paying things off, whatever you've been doing with your money. That seems like you've had some sort of like, ooh, you've been riding some kind of high here. You maybe didn't even realize like the weight you were carrying, and I think that's why Spirit's like bringing it to your attention. It's almost like you're carrying it, not looking, not noticing. She's not even like looking at it, or she's just kind of like mindlessly walking with it. She's like looking past it. It's almost like the wands are gonna like start getting hotter, so you're like, oh, like, and you drop them. Like, does that make sense? Like, yeah, it's like they have to like burn themselves out here. So you have to know. But yeah, the Tower, I think it's going to take you by surprise, that you're even able to get triggered that way still, that you even have these, you're going to feel like, I thought I was past this. It's going to feel like a regression. And in a way it is, but it's a regression to pave the way for a progression. So just go with it, just flow with it. This is water energy. Well, it's Mars energy. Also, so I feel like you could be defending your values like really heavily. Like, you could be like, listen, like, you don't know all the hard work that I've done. And, maybe this is just the way that, if this is a parent, this is just the way that they are. And they just will continue to poke at you. And, I mean, I don't know. It seems annoying, but it's just again, that's where this bigger person thing comes in, like breaking those patterns, being the bigger person, by just being like, okay, well, thank you for your advice. I appreciate it. We'll talk soon. Like, like not having to like just be like, yeah, you're right, I'm a loser, or like, yeah, you're absolutely right. You know what, maybe I will look into that, and I'll think of that. Trying to humble it and have like because communication is strong for us right now as Aries, so it's like we should use this opportunity to try to like talk things through with people. And yeah, the social, like with the Ace of Swords, this is going to be the most harmonious aspect with the Empress, especially if this is a mom. I think they're saying to like, this could also be representative of you, but just like, I think they're saying that like this could be a time where like there's this new clarity between like you and a parent, a mom or something like that, but it doesn't have to be. But it could be a mom, it could be a wife, it could be, you have a new understanding about yourself and your own values. That's very much so like kind of like a Taurus energy. The Empress is Venus energy, but Venus rules Taurus, obviously. So I feel like, yeah, and this is all the air signs, the communication. So it's also about how you communicate with yourself. And I think that's what's going to be so harmonious about this. You're going to have this new clarity. You're going to be feeling good. But it's almost like a false high until this happens. And then when you like build it up from the foundation, you're going to feel like you're really going to have stronger values and realize how far you've come. It's like a vibe that I'm getting. So let's go ahead and just get some advice from Spirit. Well, let's see what else is going to happen. Let's see if we can get anything else here. What else, Spirit, with this new moon, full moon in Capricorn? Mule, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So, yeah, that could be the people in your life. That could be you, just situationally, kind of. So don't be afraid, or just at least be on the lookout for that. Arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Okay. And I was going to say, like, with the next, so it could almost be like, if your romantic life, if that's like that's really what you want to manifest and things like that. I forgot to say this, but how I was saying, like, the new moon in Cancer might put a special like spotlight on your family relationships, your home life. Maybe you're already married or something like that, but you want to like bring the new spark. I feel like the Leo new moon after the next full moon in Capricorn, because remember how I said there's two, one in July, the end of July, and then the new moon after that is a new moon in Leo. And that could be a time where there's like romance in the air. There's like, a healing of a relationship, more passion, more fun in the relationship, even a more social time with your friends. It could go like family, friends, and then, relationship after that. But Anyway, I feel like if that spirit's like, no, you are ascending, you're moving up again over these mountains, there's sun in the sky, like things are going good for you. Anything else? Younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. I feel like this is about you growing up, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. This could also indicate like you could be having this trouble with like a brother or like a younger man in your family. You could be the younger man. This could be, you know, relating to if you're a mom like yourself, like your son, you know, or something like that if you're watching this. So it could have to do with certain things like that. I am seeing like a mom and a son here as well, so you could be either side of the equation here. So yeah, so I feel like just be aware of like if you are the mom, like just realize that, you know, maybe your kid is just trying to like prove himself or something like that. And if you are the kid, the young, you know, child, whatever, offspring of the mom, just make sure to know that your mom at the end of the day does care about you and does want to see you not make mistakes and does want the best of you, and they are human and they can get disappointed in you, or if they had certain expectations of you and then, oh my god, okay, I need to like move this, and then you like go a different way, it could be disappointing. They could like express that to you and it could be annoying. So just we're all just trying to understand each other here. All right, let's see what else. What advice, Spirit? I want to get lots of advice. Ooh, Star Mother in reverse. Oh, I think this whole thing is in reverse, but I'm going to put those two back. But okay, it says, how can you mother yourself? Oh no, it's not all in reverse. All right, well, a lot of them are though. Hold on. Oh, I hate that. I actually hate that. All right, let's just get like 2 of these. What is the advice here? One at a time though. Oh, it's 2. What is the advice for Aries, Spirit, during the course of this full moon? Brothers of the Rose, sacred masculine, honor, protection, and support. I feel like, again, like brother, mother, I keep seeing like family members kind of coming out here. So maybe this is like between you and your brother or sister. Rapture, sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, pleasure. I feel like Spirit's saying, almost like with this hurt and heal, it's almost like your relationships have to like almost go to this dark place in order to go to this light place. Like this is almost reminding me of the good things about relationships: sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, pleasure. Some of those obviously only with a romantic partner, but some of them with family and friends. So I think it's saying like follow the path, not to follow the path, but almost like if you were like in a ship, just like don't try to like steer the sail, like kind of like let the wind take you and just deal with whatever kind of happens. And I feel like it's leading the return, a new story. You decide, alignment is coming together. It's aligning your like emotional self. Again, I feel like your money has like really been aligned lately, and now it's like your emotional self is like coming to like line up too. Any other, let's get some of this, get some of these advice, just a couple. We're not going to go too crazy here. Okay. Any advice for Aries? Let's just, okay. You feel what you feel right now, and later you'll feel something else. It's all temporary. And start and end the day with positive thoughts about yourself, even if you're mean in between. Yeah, things like changing your self-conception and your story, like your own story about yourself and things like that. It's look, you can recreate yourself at any time and any way. Yes, that is like the vibe here. It's a process. It's not like a one-off. Like it's not like, oh, I wave a magic wand and I like believe in myself all of a sudden when I haven't for the last 20 years. Like, no, like it's not going to be that easy. It's going to be a process. It's going to go back and forth. It's going to seesaw. So Spirit's clearly showing that you are making progress, even if it doesn't feel like it, because I think they know that you've been a little down on yourself, or like you're about to be, as a result of this moon is going to like trigger some things. I feel like I wanted to get some more. Oh, just these. Just get 2 of these. And then we are, I think, donezo. Did I want to do anything else? I think that's it. Okay, what's the message? Final words for Aries. Okay, what do we have to say to Aries? What do they need to know? What advice do they need right now? Okay. Okay. Let's read this. Okay. Find ways to fill your cup, be self-full. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within. Find your triggers and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. Okay, so yeah, the triggering, it's all because we need to be like filling that self-love cup here, you know? That's what it's all about. And I feel like you feel like it has been, and it's going to be tested. You're going to get triggered. So allow it to happen. I don't know. I feel like Spirit's like, it's going to be all right. It's not going to be too bad. Whatever you have been putting off, don't procrastinate any longer. Tackle that long overdue project. You will feel better once you begin. Start with one thing at a time. Thoughts and ideas not acted upon are just laying in wait. You can do this. So like maybe there really is something like someone is like kind of bugging you about and you're getting frustrated with it. Like, all right, shut up. Like, I don't need you to tell me what to do. I'm a grown man. But like, it's making you feel like a little kid or like a grown woman, and you feel like a little girl. Like, I don't need you to tell me what to do, Dad. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of a vibe. Or whoever, Mom. So I don't know. I feel like whatever's going on here, guys.